All right, guys, we are back now here for game number 2 here in this best of 3 between Team 15 and Team Pikachu. And again, a crazy first game we had there. We're expecting a pretty close matchup between these two teams. And despite being in the round of 128, we got two teams here with players on both sides that both myself and Tralfamador definitely recognize, and I'm sure you at home watching do as well. So expecting a great matchup, and sure enough, game 1, I think it's safe to say, delivered there, Tralf.
Yeah, Team Pika just came strong, as Arrow would say, and they brought a very, very strong lineup, pushing lineup really.
Yeah.
And there was really nothing else that Team 15 could do. They had I can't say that they had little anti-push because they did have Behemoth and Luna, but they just played it wrong. And Book on Pharaoh did such a great job. It seemed like every chance they had his ultimate up, he was hooking that Witch Slayer mid, and he was just having a struggle game. So. Really good job there by Team Pika and Book specifically.
Yeah, I think Book, no doubt, was MVP that game. I mean, he really controlled the pace of that game with those hooks, as you mentioned. It seemed like every single cooldown he was going in, looking to use that. With that said, though, we'll see some different decisions being made here perhaps this time around, as game number 2 has actually officially started. So, again, Team 15 taking on Team Pikachu here. Of course, Team Pikachu currently up 1-0 now here in this best of 3. How will Team 15 respond? Well, the locking phase is now, or the blind ban phase, I should say, has actually started right here. So it looks like our Legion team and Team 15, they indeed banned Pebbles and Dark Lady. Then, of course, you have your Tundra and Pebbles ban on the Hellborn side. It's only 3 bans total as a result of that auto ban stage, or blind ban, excuse me. But it seems like Tundra and Pebbles, that's really like the go-to for the Hellborn team for really a lot of these games. So.
Yeah, basically, and I've also seen strategies as Legion where they know that they will ban Tundra and Pebbles as the blind ban, and they will actually do the same thing, so that you only get 2 bans out.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, because then you can get like some really powerful heroes like Silhouette, like TDL, and even Jereziah in the lock phase. Yeah, there's tons of strategy involved.
Again, being a new mode, still plenty to learn, but we're learning along with you guys at home, and hopefully we can teach one another. So, now my screen is a little bit bugged. It actually still says Keeper and Parasite.
So does mine, actually.
From last game, so yeah, I guess that's something. Only if one of us had any connections with S2, maybe that we could let them know that there's some bugs going on. But oh well. Locking phase has started. We got Silhouette as the first lock, Electrician and Demented Shaman actually. The next 2 locks here by our Team Pikachu. So Team 15. They got 2 more now. I will say, the 2 best of 3s that we covered these last couple of days, and now including this first game today, we've still yet to see more of that almost trollish style of locking phase as you've talked about. I mean, it's always been pretty standard and pretty safe going here.
And I think definitely with the DreamHoN tournament and these best of 3s, it's if you lose, you're out.
Yeah.
We're not going to see that too much. I think at the group stages, when things are a little bit more comfortable and safe, you would definitely start to see that. I know specifically TT Esports love to do that kind of strategy. So if we get a chance to cast them, be ready to watch for that. They do that kind of stuff a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, Scout is a big lock of theirs that we have seen frequently. So. But anyways, as far as this match goes, sure enough, Glacius and then Illuna was actually another lock, and not showing up just yet, but it should show up as soon as the phase is done. So the final lock by our Hellborn side, and it looks like it is going to be Pharaoh. So how about that? They want to make sure to pick up Pharaoh if possible here once again. Of course, Book had a fantastic first game, as we kept reiterating. So there's a little bit of a different there, but again, it makes sense, especially with what happened there in that first game. Do you think that Team 15 would have banned Pharaoh if he wasn't locked?
No, I really don't. I mean, Pharaoh is really strong, but the problem with Pharaoh is it's very easy to find heroes that can really destroy him in lane.
Yeah.
Pharaoh did a really good job against that bubbles. Like I said before, I do kind of give the hand to Pharaoh, especially since they pulled him an extra health potion. That really does help. Stuff like that helps all the time. And I don't know if you saw, we casted, or you guys have cast a lot of games where Mage Bane has been picked, or Darkly has been picked, and the team will actually pull him to all his region so that they can get a very fast Iron Shield, not to be confused with what I said yesterday, but an actual Iron Shield.
Yeah.
And that makes it so well that if you're soloing a Mage Bane against a dual lane or a tri-lane, or even just like I say a solo Suicide Bubbles, it makes it almost impossible for them to harass you down. And so pooling that region is such a great strategy, and it really gives teams the edge in those solo lanes.
Yeah, again, that's one of those things where, as a spectator, obviously maybe we don't point that out enough. But of course, you being plenty of competitive experience yourself, you can definitely vouch that it does happen quite a bit. You know, with sharing the resources, almost, especially in that earlier phase, when it comes to regeneration with the support and the carry. So, the banning phase is just about wrapping up here for these two teams. But so far, we got Jeraziah, Magnus, Polywalk Priest, Mage Bane, and Torturer. So it appears that aren't banned. You know, you still got Dark Lady out there, actually. No, excuse me. She was actually blind banned, so never mind. She is blind banned. She was blind banned. Morax is going to be the final ban here. But, you know, those trio of carries, you got your Mage Bane, Dark Lady, and then Silhouette. Of course, Mage Bane and Dark Lady banned, but Silhouette is part of that lock-picking pool. So, and at this rate, you know, Team 15 having that first lock pick, we'll see if that's something that they look to pick up for themselves. With the banning phase done, again, seems like a pretty standard bans and locking phase here, Trev.
Yeah, pretty standard. I don't really agree, specifically with the banning of the Mage Bane, with TDL already banned and Silhouette in the lockpick pool. Because that means, you know, 15 is going to have an easy time picking up Silhouette with the other two hard carries gone. Maybe Team Pika is just one of those teams that doesn't like to run Mage Bane. They'd like to be a little more aggressive, and I respect that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you still have, of course, like your Forsaken Archer on the board, as we see here quite frequently, but so yeah, we'll see how Pikachu does now, knowing that they're most likely not going to get Silhouette, and they actually haven't chosen anything yet as far as a carry goes, so maybe with their last pick here. But Parasite was the first pick, and then he got Nymphora and Keeper of the Forest as a response here by Team Pikachu. So Parasite, first pick. What about that?
I love the Parasite first pick, actually. It's a really strong hero. It basically makes it so hard for them to pick Ophelia or Tempest if they wanted to. I really don't like what Team Pika has done, and hopefully they have a strategy in mind that's worked for them. But basically, when you pick Keeper of the Forest, it is impossible to man up and go long lane against a team. And it's because Keeper of the Forest just basically adds nothing to that lane. And so you're going to have a near perfect dual lane bottom. In this case, if you're Hellborn, something like I don't know, a Magnus, a Luna, or something so strong. But it's almost impossible to run a dual lane long lane with Keeper of the Forest.
Well, we see right there Emerald Warden actually going to finish off. So obviously these last couple of days we know, well, your opinion, and I definitely agree with you. I mean, she's kind of one of those heroes that it seemed like for the longest time we saw her picked up quite a bit, but her success rate wasn't up there. But, you know, she definitely has had her successful marks at the same time. So we'll see how Pikachu and how successful they are able to be with her, but that's going to be where their carry hero, obviously, this game around. Dimension Shaman, the first lock pick for them, and now with their final pick here, they definitely got choices. They could very easily go with that Pharaoh again if they choose to do so, or even Electrician here, depending on who they feel more comfortable with against the opposition, of course. But so Emerald Warden, and then Dimension Shaman here, and now their final lock pick waiting on Tralf. So what do you think of Pikachu now, wrapping up here?
You know, at first I thought they would just go with the Suicide Pharaoh. I think they might actually, I don't know, they might, well, they are going to go with Pharaoh, so I don't know if it's going to be Suicide or not. It doesn't, it all comes down to how 15 is going to respond to this, because I actually think they're going to do what they did last time. They're going to go probably with a solo mid Emerald Warden, a solo top in the short lane Pharaoh, being played by Buch, and probably a Nymphora Disham bottom lane. I don't know, things are kind of interesting, and that's the interesting thing about this lockpick mode, is you're going to see some different lane compositions, and it's all about being flexible.
Yeah, I think a lot of or definitely possibility of, you know, an Nymphora Emerald Warden with the DS solo, and you just have Nymphora just spamming that mana regen on Emerald Warden, if anything.
Here's the thing, though, is if 15 is smart about this and they actually do a pseudo tri-lane bottom with Parasite, it's going to absolutely crush them bottom, which is why I talked about it's very hard. It's not, to me, it's not that smart to pick up Keeper early because it shows your lanes. And it all comes down to 15. I really hope they don't do a pseudo tri-lane top. Unless there is a Suicide Pharaoh, then that would favor them. But I don't know. It's all mind games here.
Well, of course, we'll see pending a pause in the very near future what's going to happen here between these two teams as far as that laning phase goes. So, of course, the initial items being bought, and now they are starting to spread out to their appropriate lanes here. So it looks like Pharaoh is heading towards that suicide lane here at bottom. We got Emerald Warden so far going middle by herself, and it actually is going to be Demented Shaman Nymphora headed to the top side. So, and of course, Keeper of the Forest will head to the Legion jungle as well. So it looks like you were right in that sense that the Nymphora Demented Shaman, I find that's unique, man. I mean, the synergy there, I don't know if it, I guess, obviously it's not a perfect synergy by any means. I'm not trying to say that it needs to be, but I don't see a Demented Shaman Nymphora lane being the most powerful of lanes, I guess. That's what I'm kind of getting at. But,
right, and well, more so than the heroes themselves. I mean, DreamHoN and Nymphora, if they were facing another dual lane, to be honest, they would crush them because they have 2 heals. They're both long-range attackers. But that's not what's going to happen. They're going to have this parasite in their face. And so it's going to be really hard with them to face. Also, on top of that, you have a Glacius Silhouette lane. I mean, that's brutal in itself. It's going to come down to how the other lanes can do. I would have preferred to see Valkyrie in this lane, top with Glacius, and had Silhouette go bottom solo against this Pharaoh.
yeah.
Because Silhouette, honestly, would have just crushed Pharaoh. And the real key here is how much is Gordob on this Emerald Warden going to be able to crush this Hag? Because, honestly, he should be able to destroy him. He has the better animation, he has the silencing shot, and better, longer range. So it's going to come down to this middle lane.
Yeah, so we do see that adjustment happening, though. Demented Shaman is heading bottom, and so they keep Nymphora middle, actually. So I guess it's kind of turning into the Emerald Warden Nymphora lane. Demented Shaman going to solo bottom against the Valkyrie down here, and that, of course, leaves Pharaoh at the top to play in that short lane role. But, you know, right off the bat, Glacius already adjusting. So both teams, you made the point. I mean, mind games no doubt going to be had here, and well, it's very evident mind games going on here right off the bat between these two teams. So adjustments going on, Travis. What do you make of these?
These are pretty good adjustments by Pika. I don't know about this Glacius Hag lane. While it is smart for them to definitely move and make something happen, I don't think Glacius Hag is going to be really doing anything. And good job. I think actually Glacius is going to go down and add some pressure to DreamHoN, and that's exactly what he needs to do. So really good job by Rhythmy. I don't know if that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
But that's what they need to do. DreamHoN should not be allowed to do this. He should not be allowed to sit down here freely and farm against this Valkyrie. And they're going to punish him for it.
Yeah, he will get scared. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. A solo DreamHoN 1v1 situation. That entangle, you get that level 3 or level 4 even as soon as possible. Because of the levels that you're getting early on, I mean, it could be very powerful, especially in that laning phase. But we do see, in comes Glacius, actually. I'm going to see a kill attempt. The arrow's going to be, it's going to be dodged, though, by Demented Shaman right there. So Glacius, obviously, with the Thunder Blast first. He runs into the creep wave, trying to get a healing wave off. But all that does is put him even closer to Valkyrie, of course. Now he's completely on the run. Tank of Fet, you are probably going to die. One more auto attack. Thunder Blast coming up. He wants to get the kill for Valkyrie. Not going to happen, though, as Rhythmy will get the Bloodlust kill instead. So, but they get the Bloodlust kill. That is the important thing there. And as you mentioned, Glacius going all the way bottom. That's exactly what they needed to do, and I think it's safe to say it's worked out very well already.
It did, but I really got to say that's a misplay by Tank. But I honestly think that if he just ran away, just ran straight top, he would have been fine. The arrow was missed. The Tundra Blast was just used, so he wasn't going to have that up for a while, and I don't think they would have been able to catch up to him and really kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been close. Oh, we must miss a kill, and Parasite helps gank Silhouette, and they do get the kill on Book, so that's exactly what he needs to do. So really great job right there. But yeah, I really think DreamHoN could have just avoided that kill just by running away, spamming the heal on him whenever it was up. I don't think he needed to man up and kind of suicide himself.
Yeah,
there, so.
that did look very. When he started running to the left like that, it caught me off guard too. I'm like, yeah, he's just. I mean, I understand Glacius is there and kind of intimidating, but you said he just used a Tundra Blast, and all he's doing is just auto attacking at that point. I think probably could have survived that, but unfortunately for him, he does not. So again, Bloodlust kill happened, and also the second kills we saw, or at least the tail end of it, looks like he took over a Minotaur, almost pretty much dove the tower onto Pharaoh. And was able to pick up the kill with the assistance of Silhouette, of course. So, and Silhouette did not get the kill; she got the assist, but still, the kill happening. And look at this is Parasite for you. I mean, he's every jungler's nightmare, especially if he's gonna sit on top. I mean, he will just harass the shit out of you, and as soon as you think about to kill a creep, he'll just come in and take it from you quickly. All right, you see right there, he actually infests his own tree dog. and then runs away. So Parasite, you know, he's just really one of those annoying junglers to always face. So doing work there. I mean, what do you? Would the idea of a sending Keeper of the Forest to that bottom lane or bottom jungle ever work, or did they just pretty much commit to this?
I mean, you don't want to waste your time on Keeper trying to move around to get farm and levels. I mean, he's already had such a horrible start right now. He's going to hit level 6 very slowly because of that Parasite aggression. And that's the problem is, like, say if this is another jungler like Ophelia or Tempest, you move into another jungle, maybe go behind mid, set up some kind of gank with the stuns there, but you can't do that with Keeper. He has no ganking potential until he hits level 6.
Well, so he's doing his best with what he's got, obviously. Now about 750 gold saved up or so. So Ring of Sorcery definitely in the near future. Needs 1,000 gold to purchase that Pickled Brain, of course, and finish the Ring of Sorcery. And then now when he gets that Ring of Sorcery, Demented Shaman, by the way, a little bit more pressure from Glacius, but we'll be fine. But when he gets that Ring of Sorcery, should we expect to see him try to either set up a gank or even just go mass push this top lane as a result of that?
Well, I think both, actually. I think he should set up the gank on Silhouette, or it's going to be hard in mid. But actually, he could even transition and go bottom, get the level 6, go bottom, and Viz himself, and get that good kill on the maybe Glacius or Valkyrie. Actually, I just keep missing these Parasite ganks are happening so fast, but another great kill on Dabuk. Maybe you saw it and you can recap.
Yeah, I was watching the whole time on camera, but it's just... he really couldn't have done much. I mean, he didn't use his mummy wall, so I found that a little bit interesting. He didn't bother using that to try to maybe get them away, but Parasite came in with a Vagabond later. He actually missed his nuke, but he just ran up to the tower. He came out of it, used his leech, and Pharaoh just kind of stood there and accepted death almost. I mean, really, I know he tried to juke in the woods a little bit, but it just, with that tower dive, it just made it too powerful, so he just did not react in time, I think is the safe, or the best way to put it. But yeah, I'm a little bit curious as to why he didn't use the mummy walls. Maybe it was on cooldown stuff or something else, and I just didn't spot that. But anyways, he dies again, so Pharaoh being played by Book once again. Not nearly the performance he had the first game this time around, so very struggling here.
I'm really impressed with the way that, and wow, FedEx for the win on the Hag, gets a solo kill onto the Emerald Warden, who had pretty much the better time in this lane. Really not something what you want. That is the last thing you want as Pika is to be struggling in the one lane that you should be winning. And I'm just really impressed with the way Team 15 is playing this. And what a lot of teams would do would be like, if there is Hag solo mid and they're getting dual laned by a Nymph 4 and Emerald Warden, you just gotta be like, oh my god, someone help me, I'm getting dual lane, someone help me. But that's not what you should do. What you should do is capitalize in the other lanes and get the kills in the lanes that you can. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're getting the kills, ganking the Pharaoh, ganking bottom, and rather than trying to help a lane that's really already lost.
Yeah. Oh, Wretched Hag is ganking the bottom lane in the meantime. Nefora gonna throw out the Zeal Star. She hits the illusion, but in comes Wretched Hag. The Bat Blast even used, but no Sonar Scream because of no mana. And Nymphora will be more than fine. In the meantime, at the bottom side, Demented Shaman able to take out Glacius, actually. Now, Demented Shaman getting away. He does have Unbreakable. Going to use it right there. Healing Wave as well. Going to do a lot of damage to Wretched Hag. And Wretched Hag may return damage as well. Going to fall. Yes, the final auto attack will take her out. Mana given from Nymphora. Demented Shaman still barely alive. 2 seconds on the Healing Wave. Will end up surviving. And Valkyrie needs to be careful not standing next to a Creep Wave and give it the chance for a kill. But man, that was ugly for a Legion team. Wretched Hag just...
If you showed my camera right now, I'm face palming right now. I am. I mean, he chose to go on pretty much a full HP Nymphora right there instead of saving the Glacius, who was taking so much harass by D-Sham and going just to get the sure kill on D-Sham. I mean, his intention was, okay, they're going to kill the D-Sham, so I'm going to spend my efforts elsewhere and not waste my spells and try to get a second kill. But you got to help out your team first and get those sure kills and then worry about the other ones later. And oh, that was just a total misplay by Hag. And again, it seems to have that effect. As soon as I stop
praising people.
I know it. I know it.
You're ruining everything. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he did a good job. In fact, he's in a little bit of trouble right here. The silencing shot before he can blink away, and Wretched Hag will fall. Great timing right there from Emma Warden. However, now taking a lot of damage herself. Going to survive, though, as the leech has already been used, of course. Glacius trying to get away. Torment, it hits, but it's only level 1. So Book will not get the double tap, and Glacius stays alive. But still, nonetheless, great job taking out Wretched Hag. And definitely helping secure even more control of this middle lane for Emma Warden than she had already. So, yeah, things definitely looking a little bit better for Pikachu after that situation right there. I mean, it was 4-0 hero kills, I believe. Now it's 4-3 all of a sudden. So our team definitely coming back in a sense. But overall, now the big picture is this silhouette. And you see right here, 347 gold per minute. Right now, even freely pushing this top tower. with no resistance, and she's already got her Sustainer, Ring of the Teacher, and a Booth picked up, as well, only 400 gold, but still, very, very good time for our Silhouette player here.
Yeah, she's pretty much just free farming up here. Got 48 CS, 8:30 minutes, and that's pretty good when you're up against a Pharaoh who's going to be denying a little bit. Meanwhile, though, Keeper is finally got this Parasite out of his hair and is able to get the level 6. He's going back to heal. I'm presuming that he's going to go heal, maybe try to TP. I'm guessing TPing bottom and get a kill on this Valkyrie, and maybe get something jump started in this bottom lane. Get a kill on Valkyrie and then get a push. That's exactly what they need to do to get back in this game. Although, meantime, Silhouette gets a free tower kill up top. That is just... That's a big no-no.
Yeah.
There should have been a response there from somebody. And another kill. So much action going on in this game compared to the last one. As Parasite gets a kill with assistance. Or sorry, Hag gets a kill with assistance of Parasite there in the mid lane.
Yeah, I just caught the tail end of that. Looks like he had a Vagabond leader and kind of snuck in and set up the kill on to Emerald Warden. So back-to-back, big news there for our Legion team. Not only with the tower kill, but here we go. Keeper the Forest coming to the bottom lane, trying to get a gank on a Valkyrie, but she sprints away in time. Of course, with those Ghost Marches, going to do what she can to hold us off, but you know, with the Demented Shaman, Keeper the Force especially, it can be very, very difficult. So they're gonna do a lot of damage here, and unless we see a reaction in the next 10 seconds, I mean, this will be a free tower kill for a Hellborn team, and I don't know, it doesn't look like it, because in the meantime, though, Glacius and Silhouette, they're applying pressure to the top tower here. The secondary top tower for our Legion team. So here come the ports, actually. Vulnerable to use. Keeper the Force going into the jungle. He does have Invis. Demented Shaman healing wave coming out. In comes the Sonar Scream from Wretched Egg, though. We'll take out Demented Shaman with the assistance. And all 5 are here for the Hellborn team. Valkyrie chasing down Keeper the Force. Of course, they can see him somehow. I guess, do they have a Revers? Or I guess it was still in tower.
Dust. He was dusted.
Oh, was he dusted? Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So it gets taken, and they deny the tower. So that was actually very good response by 15 right there. And they're going to apply pressure now, pushing this bottom lane back.
Yeah, that was every single person on that team TPing instantly, and you know, that's where I know a lot of competitors really have a gripe about the TP system, and I don't know necessarily if there's something that needs to be done, but it does seem like it happens a lot where it's just kind of like this no-brainer, everybody TPs at the same time mentality, and yeah.
We see Pharaoh, though, jumping in. He actually hits the Parasite creep and going to trap him in the Mummy Wall, so Parasite very likely going to fall. In fact, you see right there, Demented Shaman taking a lot of damage. Oh, the nice snipe with the Death Lotus right there. Now, am I mistaken? Did he not have Unbreakable on him? However, we do see Silhouette is going to end up falling as Good Entangle comes out from Demented Shaman. So that looks like that's going to be the finish of the fight unless they catch Glacius right here. Of course, Wrath of the Pharaoh is down. More wolves are going to be coming out within 6 seconds, but I don't think they're going to eventually be able to chase it down. Wretched Egg, of course, with the blink. Should be fine as well, but again, did I see that wrong? I could have sworn he had a Superman scape on him with Unbreakable, but still, maybe it either just wore off or I just completely misjudged that. But
what the Hag just ulted nothing.
Did
you see that?
I did not catch it on camera. It's probably for the better for his sake, but yes, it is on cooldown, and I'll definitely.
Ulted nothing. There's no one even around him.
That's one of those. How do you do that? I mean, not only do you have to press R, but you have to actually click somewhere too. Left click.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Oh man. Okay. Well, and the funny thing is it's not like Hellborn didn't see that. They have a ward right where he ulted. If you see that right in the middle.
Yeah, they definitely saw it. Then, yeah.
They must be chuckling a bit. Okay.
Haggis.
Yeah. About the keeper, I didn't see the Unbreakable cape on him, but I must say that was like one of the best aimed Death Lotuses I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Coming from a Silhouette.
Yeah,
oh wow, 5-second arrow onto Pharaoh here in the mid lane. Will they pursue this? Glacius does put the freeze on him. And Hag coming in here. He doesn't have that ultimate. That would have been a sure kill. Oh no.
Oh, that just sucks.
That sucks.
100% kill.
Yep, they know it too. Team Pika has to know it. Oh, that burns.
Yeah, it burns even more. Yeah, FedEx for the win is... You know, it's one of those things, though, again, I'm sure you've had your moments, too, where you do something embarrassing, and it's just like, you know what, you got to get over it. It's like, okay, it happened, life moves on, we're very much so in this game. In fact, we even have a lead at this point. You cannot let that bother you too much, so... ports are coming in right here for the Hellborn taker. The Force running in. He does not have his or he uses ultimate actually to help trap Silhouette right there. Silhouette trying to get away. It looks like he's barely out of range for the damage for the Hellborn side. Pharaoh going to chase the Torment. So nice job with that tree grapple. Barely avoiding the Tormented Soul damage. So will survive for now. Wretched Egg and Parasite chasing them for in the meantime, as well as Emerald Warden. But it looks like they're going to get away as well. So Demented Shaman actually the only one to fall throughout all of that. However, this defensive tower will also be taken out, so definitely a one fight right there for Team 15.
Yeah, that was a good tree grapple by Silhouette to get away from the nuke that Pharaoh threw out. But I will say that he could have played that just a little bit better. You can actually ulti out of tree the Keeper of the Forest ultimate with Silhouette's shadow ability.
So just like Geometer's Bane.
Yes, and I didn't see them do it instantly, and I think he could have played that just a little bit better. But maybe he'll do that in the future.
Yeah.
But it is a very good counter to Keeper of the Forest.
Yeah. Well, he did survive, so that's the big thing. Again, a great tree grapple on his part to do so. So maybe a little bit initially a mistake, but hell of a job getting away. He said also earlier with that great Deathlow snipe. So Flensmeister makes the big plays here for Team 15. Again, their backs are against the wall. They're down 1-0 here in this best of 3. This is elimination, ladies and gentlemen. So you win here for Pikachu. They're moving on. If 15 wins, we're going to that third and final game to see who moves on. Bat Blast coming out. It does hit Pharaoh, but really not the greatest positioning. Pharaoh will, in fact, respond by jumping back in, but he jumped into death right there. Got taken out. Now, what he did do, he did delay them from perhaps pushing out more on the Hellborn team, but we also saw off to the side as the Keeper of the Forest did get picked up. Frenchadek jumping in. There's a good Sonic shot, but chasing out Emerald Warden. A couple more auto attacks to do it. Maybe another Soda Scream in 2 seconds. Can she point out in time? Yes, she can. Gets away. Demented Shaman, though, will fall. It's one of those cases. What do you think he was doing coming back in there? But Nymphora will actually get away as well. So Team 15, they're turning on the pressure here, and really taking it to Pikachu now.
Yeah, that was actually a very well placed ultimate by Hag there. It actually hit 3 heroes, so
okay.
he saw that how he embarrassed himself. Sorry, with the ultimate. He's like, I'm gonna man up and get a good ultimate off, and he did. So that was a great job by him to start that fight off, getting the full damage potential with his ultimate there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For initially, it just seemed like it Pharaoh, but yeah, definitely hit more. Definitely very well placed. Of course, that's the idea of that. Not a single target ability. One hit multiple if can. So, but yeah, like I said, the throttle's definitely been turned up here by Team 15. I mean, now all of a sudden 9,000 gold lead, 8,300 experience lead. We're just really at 15.5 minutes, but it's just a lot of aggression. Really, is what's giving them such a lead here for Team 15. And Silhouette, you know, she's one of those. I think definitely what helps make her such an effective carry in general is that she can be very aggressive with your team earlier on, like she has this game, and still be very, very useful. I mean, the fact that she's still farming 415 gold per minute, being 4-1 and 3 on top of that, so still being very active, goes to speak for itself. So, yeah, she's having a very dominant game, and you got to think that Nullstone here is going to be finished in the near future. And you know, it's going to be one of those cases. You got to look at the situation. Will that be the greatest pickup?
Yes, it's a very good pickup. Obviously, Nullstone, even if there aren't that many targeted abilities that can hurt him in a game, Nullstone's great on Silhouette just simply because it gives you that extra regen overall to move around the map and just continue farming. But here, Nullstone is always great against Emerald Warden because it prevents that silencing shot, and that's definitely not something that Silhouette wants to deal with when she has that shadow ability somewhere else on the map.
Yeah, that sounds just so powerful as far as how long it lasts. I mean, level 5, it lasts level 4, excuse me, lasts 5 seconds. So, I mean, that's so much silence there. But in the meantime, Valkyrie at the top lane actually pushing it up a little bit. But you see right on the mini-map, Nymphora is nearby us, so is Pharaoh. We're going to see a Wrath of the Pharaoh. You got to keep it the force here as well. But Valkyrie already running away. Almost said leaping, but not actually using her leap. Just running away with the Ghost Marchers. And she will be fine in the end. So, this does bring up the point now with Nymphora. Of course, he is level 7, so he's had that ultimate now for a little bit here. Do they really have a team that could really make the most use of it? I mean, I guess if she ports with Pharaoh, but should she be looking to use it more? I guess is what I'm asking. Oh yeah, we see Keeper of the Forest getting caught actually.
And he actually uses the ultimate. Pharaoh comes in to respond with his ultimate as well, and they will probably get the kill on Glacius. Yeah, but I think that's a worthy trade, don't you?
Yeah, I would take it. It's Glacius. What does he do?
That Glacial Downpour, by the way, just does so much freaking damage.
That has to be seriously like the most underrated ability in the game. I mean, if you get a good Glacial Downpour off in a team, it shows.
They just dropped the Keeper of the Forest for full HP. I mean, he's got over 1100 HP, and that just destroyed him. So,
yeah. I know they buffed the damage of it, not recently, but
I think they they took away the RNG.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, they made it a lot more like it actually does consistent damage.
Because come on, so the old ulti, it seemed like sometimes it just wouldn't even do anything.
Yeah, yeah. They did increase the mana cost of it though at level 2 and 3, I believe. So, A little bit of a nerf there, but it's Glacius again. But, so yeah, as I was saying, Nymphora, I mean, is this one of those games where it's not surprising that we're not seeing her look to port around all too often here? Or should they just look to be doing that?
I'm sorry, I got a message. What did you say?
Nymphora, should she be porting around more with her team, or is this a game where it's really just not even possible?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, obviously you want to use that ability because it's one of the strongest spells in the game, but it's so hard to do that with this team. I mean, this is like a pushing lineup, so you're not going to be really actively ganking. In fact, you don't even have a hero that is an active ganker. Actually, Summonation coming out into the Hag. Can she blink away before the stuns get? Nope, she cannot. So she will go down. But yeah, I mean, the only person they really could port around is Pharaoh. But I feel like you're going to need a third hero to really do that. So I don't think we're going to see too many ports coming out until Nymph4 hits level 11.
Yeah. Okay. We see right there, though, at the bottom lane again. Excuse me, a very good kill onto Wretched Hag happening right there. As I know, Demented Shaman being there, especially with that Entangle that was applied, a big part of getting that kill. You see the Entangle level 3. Of course, we'll see Demented Shaman players do that. You get to level 3, and that gets you that 1 second stun. So level 4, although will increase the damage, it also does increase the mana cost, and it does reduce the cooldown dose. So that's just positives, but we see Demented Shaman players stop at the level 3 mark as well, as we see here. Anyways, Astrolabe purchased by him as well, so another good item pickup. Overall, I mean, looking at both teams now, as far as, oh, look at that, actually. Valkyrie has a Nullifier blade. That's worth mentioning here. Any specific reason you think why she got that?
I love the item. I am a big fan of a Nullifier blade.
Yeah.
The only problem I see right here is Valkyrie has such little HP. I mean, she is like, not really a glass cannon because she's not doing that much damage, but she is very, very fragile, I should say.
Yeah.
But the Nullifier blade is great for so many different things in this game. It can actually purge people out of Tree Ultimate. It can purge the Silencing Shot from Emerald Warden. It can purge the Unbreakable debuff. Unbreakable buff, and a 5-second arrow coming out on the Keeper, and look at that Glacial Downpour doing so much damage as well as the auto attacks from Valkyrie and the Call of the Valkyrie.
In the meantime, at the bottom lane, Parasite actually getting flanked on, and he will end up falling. Silhouette standing her ground, and is actually going to try to do some return damage right here, but I don't think going to be able to make too much of this, as you even see a Stormcloud going to be used by Demented Shaman very defensively there, and to make sure to increase that armor. So Silhouette, though, again, Demented Shaman kind of flirting with death right here, tries to get a good healing wave off. On top of the Zeal Stone, but now will start to fall back. In comes Emerald Warden, though. No Stone being used right there. In comes a Pharaoh Torment. It's all which hits. But Silhouette, actually, where did she port to? It looks like back to... Where is Silhouette?
Right there in the jungle.
She's in the jungle. Okay. Hey, when that happens sometimes. So pours the illusion and going to be fine. But so you mentioned, though, they Keeper the Force with the 5-second arrow. Glacial Downpour used. They get the kill, and now they've been pushing this top lane here. As a result, it's below half-life now is the tower. They also placed a ward of sight beyond the tower, so they'll see any incoming enemies here. If they come from the lane, at least. Not going to fully... Oh, this is going to be close, actually. It is going to go into deny range here. But they're going to fall back and play it safe, so unless some big derp moment here from the Hellborn team, they should be able to deny it, and there we go. So at least it's denied, but again, it's one of those cases of, well, you still lost your tower, so that's kind of a big deal. They only now have one outer tower now remaining here at the bottom lane. So in that sense, he definitely looking good for Team 15, amongst other things as well. I mean, overall, it continues to be Team 15 in the better spot throughout this game, especially with that Silhouette doing so well here.
Yeah, it's never good when you have a generally pushing style lineup, and then you are the one that actually is getting pushed on much more than the other team.
They catch Valkyrie right here, but she's going to leap away on high ground, says, ha-ha, you can't get me. And she's just going to pour it out before they can do anything more. So great play by Valkyrie right there. But, you know, you talked about that. Nymphora, they didn't port there by any means, but Nymphora and Pharaoh, that may be a combination, but they tried right there to kill Valkyrie and just weren't able to do so. So just not enough damage coming out here, despite even on Valkyrie being as squishy as she is. Yeah. Nullifier blade, so... Lack of damage, no doubt hurting, and as you mentioned too, you know, the lack of push power even from a Hellborn side, it just hasn't been happening. They only, do they have a tower kill? Okay, they have the bottom tower killed. Well, other than that, I mean, that's it. They're down 5-1 in towers, so ouch.
Yeah, this Silhouette is just farming like crazy. She's now up to 470 gold per minute. She has her portal key picked up as well. And we also saw there at the bottom when she was getting a little cocky, she did have the Null Stone, and it came directly into effect because the Silencing Shot did come out from Emerald Warden, but to no effect, and Silhouette was able to pour it out to her illusion. Had she not had that Null Stone, she definitely would have died.
Yeah, Yeah, silence shot again. That 5 well, I guess still right now 4-second silence, but still. A lot of silence coming out there, but got the null stone and nothing Emerald Warden can do about that unless she gets some type of item to deal with it. So, or just simply her teammate, which, I mean, overall the team, they actually really don't have anything other than Entangle. Am I mistaken? I mean, I guess it's just Entangle and Silencing Shot. Anyways, at the top lane, they're going to go for a kill, but again, the Silencing Shot.
Well, did you see that?
Did he destroy?
Yeah, no, he actually did get the Silencing Shot off, but Valkyrie purged herself and was able to purge the silence off and then leap away to safety. So right there, you just see how Nullfire Blade is just such an underused item and really underestimated in my opinion.
Yeah. That's a perfect example. Who needs a null stone? You can just purge it off with your item. Of course, it doesn't perplex. It only silences you, so you can still use that Nullfire Blade as you so well put it right there. So, yeah, it's
and it can be used offensively as well, so it has a lot of utility.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing. I mean, the mana drain. Ooh, see initiation actually by Feral, but again, it's on the target of Valkyrie. She just leaps away. Glacius getting caught out. Silencing Shot being used on him, but somehow still alive. Will finally fall. Skipper the Force comes in with in the background, but will there be enough follow? He's dropping quickly himself. Valkyrie trying to get away. Ratchet out of that Bat Blast being used, but now she's blanking out of there. However, you see in the background though, Silhouette tearing up the Hellborn team as if they're thin pieces of tissue paper. Takes out the Managed Shaman, chasing after Feral. Will port back to her illusion though, and she denies the tower with the illusion. Wow, very well played by Flensmeister here. Still well played for the leading team. Oh, Tormented Soul hits Valkyrie, but she barely stays alive as well. So, yeah, excellent microing though once again by Silhouette there.
That was so fun to watch, to see him dish out a bunch of damage. She knew that she was in trouble, so she poured it out, but still got the deny with her illusion. That was just great play there by Flensmeister.
Yeah. Excellent heads up on his part. So, now I will say, I hope we're a team that wasn't too bad for them. I mean, they actually looks fairly good. It was a lot of that though happened before Silhouette joined the party. Once she came, then all of a sudden, you know, the damage started happening, and they had to get the hell on out of there. So, but they did get the tower. Oh, well, again, it was denied, but tower is still dead. So that's kind of a positive there, and. Got a couple of kills on top of that. So, but you got a level 17 Silhouette now, passing that 500 goal per minute mark. It's just not going to slow down. I mean, shit, this is Silhouette for you. It just keeps on going and going and going, and unless you're just constantly camping here and ganking the crap out of her, she'll do this to you, and it can become difficult to stop. So our Emerald Warden player, no doubt, needed to get some more farm on her is really the key here, but you can only ask so much with the situation that's at hand. She's still level 13. And only farming 320 gold per minute, which isn't bad, but can you compare that?
Yeah, you just can't farm as fast as a Silhouette, and I talked about that with Emerald Warden. She just has really no farming mechanic. And actually, Hook is going to come out on the Valkyrie, and they will get the kill. The Hellfire assistance there from Feral really makes it hard for Valkyrie to leap away. So that's a good pickup kill that they really desperately need in this situation.
She actually left prior to that, and
did she? Okay.
That's why he used the Wrath of the Pharaoh, yeah. Caught her, so... good, again, just the presence of mind there coming out and knowing that they're basically free kill as long as he landed that hook, so, and that he did. So this tower, though, in the middle lane, so that we'll start to see a little bit more of this pushing power coming out now from the Hellborn team finally, 26.5 minutes in. Obviously a lot later than they would have wanted, but they're going to need a port top because look at what's going on the top end in the meantime. Again, Silhouette doing her thing. She actually portal keys deep into the jungle. The illusion being sent back, and they thought they had a free kill onto her right there, but... with a great Nymphora port, but obviously she's already got the hell on out of there. So again, just excellent play by Flensmeister there, keeping them on their toes and forcing them to port back after that middle tower push. So now 27 minutes in, 16-10 hero kill advantage, coming up to a 13,000 gold lead, as well as a 10,000 experience in. And oh, by the way, Parasite, I believe he just purchased, he has level 2 Codex, but I believe he just got his 3rd level of Codex. So looks like he's going to be maxing that out at this. What do you think of, obviously, Codex level 1, nothing strange on Parasite, but what do you like to do as far as maxing it out or not?
Honestly, if I'm getting Codex on him, I like to max it out. Because it kind of wastes the jump. Like, if you're jumping someone in Parasite and you don't get that for sure kill on them, it's like it's kind of wasted. So I like to be able to make sure I'm getting that kill, and he's going to be able to pretty much burst down this Demented Shaman, and that should be his target of choice every single time before he gets any kind of heals off. He does have the Astrolabe up on Demented Shaman, so that might pose a problem, but I think that Parasite might have enough burst damage to even get him before he pops it. We'll have to see how fast he is, but yeah, Parasite's going to be such a nuisance to these support heroes here on the Hellborn team.
Yeah, again, it still is actually level 2, so maybe I just saw that wrong, or I'm still trying to be deliberate. But oh, we have the Wrath of the Pharaoh, which was actually missed, I believe. Trying to snipe Wretched Hag right there. Not going to hit, though. We see, oh, Keeper of the Force jumps in, but no root coming out. It's almost as if he started the animation but quickly canceled it. So, but of course, Keeper of the Force showing off his portal key. I want to say he said that for a little bit here. So
yeah.
It's not brand new by any means, but trying to get position to do that. But, oh, being sneaky here. So we got Team Pikachu. This is definitely something that could help get them back in the game at least, doing a Congo attempt, and there is no vision from the Legion team. I'm looking, I don't believe they have any wards. I mean, there's a good job of counter-warding around, as you see, so Hellborn team very confident here, and this is going to be a Congo kill, looks like. How big will this be for Team Pikachu?
I mean, this is exactly what they have to do. They have the Hellborn, and they have you know, the minions and the heals, and they can, and the Hellfire from Pharaoh, so they can do it very quickly, and they have to take advantage of this Hellborn side to kind of bounce into this game.
Yeah. You see Emerald Warden, of course, the one to pick it up. So, again, positive news there for Team Pikachu. But don't let that fool you too much, because no doubt our Hellborn team, or Legion team, excuse me, in Team 15, still looking very strong. Of course, you got Valkyrie. She did choose to upgrade the Nullfire Blade, so has that level 2 now. Blessed Orb picked up on top of that. And you got Silhouette. She's actually, I know I saw her purchase one Warhammer, and the next one is actually going to be coming up very quickly here. So, Savage Mace going to be finished here on Silhouette within the next 30 seconds or so. She's going over to Ancient, so yeah, that's a lot of damage. It's going to be coming out here.
Yeah, that's a really good pickup. I really like to see the Shield Breaker personally picked up. Also, when you have the tree armor getting applied to everybody. But you know, if you can afford a Savage Mace, then I say go for it. You know,
again, 526 gold per minute. That allows you to do that, I guess, but. Shieldbreaker, that is an item that it's died off a lot. I mean, obviously it did get that nerf from 900 to 1,000 gold increase, but you know, and of course with the Helm of the Black Legion change and everything, so I don't know, that it died off a lot. Like, we used to see it every single game. I mean, maybe that did have to do with the Helm of the Black Legion and the meta game with it being the strength carry and whatnot, but now we see a lot more Ice Brands and Frost Burns even, and of course the occasional Whispering Helms as their attack modifier. So how about this time around? Still no attack modifier for that matter on anyone actually. I'm looking, yeah, no one has one just yet, but we'll see. I mean, still could go Shieldbreaker at this rate for solo if she really chooses to, but has a Savage Mace now, so.
I think it's more of just people were getting kind of bored of it because they were picking it up so much, and they're kind of testing the water, so to speak, seeing what they can work with, and see if there's anything different other than Shieldbreaker that works better. Yeah, that's a good thing. And certain situations call for Shieldbreaker, and certain situations don't. And I think sometimes when you go for a Shieldbreaker, it makes your hero a little bit more susceptible, and you know, kind of that's the whole glass cannon aspect of it. And definitely when you pick up an item like Frostburn, it makes you a little bit more tanky.
Wow, Silhouette going way up here in the top left, and a Homecoming Stone port back to base. So obviously feeling the pressure, as she was so correct too. Of course, having the ward of sight here, seeing them come over maybe helps out a little bit to spot that. But yeah, going to be fine as she ports to safety. But Token of Life now, what is it at? 4.5 minutes, so still plenty of time left for Emerald Warden and our Hellborn team to look to use that. As speaking of Emerald Warden, I mean, she has 2,700 gold now saved up. So is there an item that you think she really absolutely needs to go for here, or is it just going to be preference and whatever she chooses? Emerald Warden, that is.
Let's see. What is she? I don't know. Like, it's really hard for her. I feel like you really got to pick your items carefully with her because, I mean, even though with that she has that Null Stone, she also has the Ghost Marcher. She's very, very little HP. Yeah. And while you don't want to go for HP items because she's their main damage dealer right now, and she needs to get some kind of form of damage here. She does have the token, so that's really good. I feel like she could pick up a damage item. She does go with a Shield Breaker, and I think that's a smart pickup. She's just got to really play her positioning carefully. Yeah. Although in this next team fight, I mean, we could see a huge swing. And actually, the ultimate comes out to Valkyrie. She does use it to use that Nullfire Blade on herself to purge herself out of the ultimate. But can't she get away?
No. That was so close. Sorry, I got a little bit excited there, but trying to leap away at the last second. But as you put it, though, she's using that Nullfire Blade very defensively in that case, but not able to ultimately get away that time. However, they're going to go up top. Wretched Hag needing to run away. As, of course, an M4 port came in, so it looks like she will be fine. But, yeah, Valkyrie right there. I mean, that was, she used everything. That was a good attempt by her Hellborn side, or I guess successful in the end, of ultimately catching her. before she could get away. But again, that Nullfire Blade has no doubt been a big use right here. But, so yeah, you were talking about the Shieldbreaker pickup on Emerald Warden, as of course is still level 1 now, but so it is going to start putting out more and more damage herself. But again, it just goes back to the inevitable that she's been behind, she will continue to be behind the Silhouette. So the control of this game, this pace of this game, still remains in the Legion's team's favor. It's just a matter of when they choose to, make that actually happen, and whether or not Pikachu can either respond or get some picks before that happens.
Yeah, no, this definitely is 15's game to lose, but I mean the composition that's coming out from Team Pika is very strong. I mean, they have 2 healers again. They have DreamHoN and Nymphora, so they have 2 healers. Yeah. They have great pushing potential, and another thing to think about too is Emerald Warden is actually quite good with a pushing lineup because you can't really initiate onto a tree Emerald Warden when there's a bunch of traps sitting behind you, because if you jump in onto a trap, that just screams turning potential. And so if Team Pika plays this right, they are at a pretty large deficit, but they can still very easily come back because their team composition is so strong.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely going to hold it out and hope for the best in this case. They see clearing up some ancients right there for Keeper the Forest. Of course, he's had that Soul's Bulwark for a while now. Currently set to offensive. 1,500 gold saved up currently as well. So we've definitely gotten a little bit more of a farming style of game going on here for these last 8 to 10 minutes or so. Token of Life, it's down to a minute left. Should they be looking to use that, or are you fine with them just letting it die out and not being too concerned about using that token?
I definitely don't like how they're letting it die out. They need to use that. They're at a deficit, and they need to use every advantage they can. And obviously, Token of Life is something that is a huge advantage for them, especially on an Emerald Warden who's as squishy as she is. Because when that token is gone, if I'm Team 15, I'm thinking, where's that Emerald Warden? Let's find her and kill her first, because their team is nothing without her. And that's probably what they're going to be doing. Yeah, they definitely should not be wasting this token, and I can't find her. She's in the jungle now farming, and it's only 30 seconds left, so yeah, they're definitely not going to pick a fight. And so we're probably going to see another 3 minutes of passive play coming out, and they're probably going to be waiting for
Silhouette! No, she was going to port out in time. Okay, I was going to say, that was close right there in the bottom lane. They used a lot right there. Wrath of the Pharaoh, the Roost, the Storm Cloud. I mean, they were going for a counter kill, but Silhouette just a little bit too quick right there with the fingers and able to get away. So well played again by Flensmeister. So that was definitely a chance here for the Hellborn team. In fact, this is not going to be good for them. This is what we talked about. They're going to pick up Emerald Warden right here, and this right after the Token of Life wore off. I mean, it had to be within 10-15 seconds. So they get the kill on him. There goes a burst from Parasite. Just drops Nymphora as if she's nothing. Pharaoh's going to get frozen right here, and Pharaoh will fall. So just running into death is the Hellborn team. And that's getting close to a moment of they're just kind of almost throwing it away here with that situation. I mean, they did get a pick on a Valkyrie, actually, as she was able to be taken out by, it looks like, Keeper the Force and Dimension Shaman, but still 3-for-1 exchange, and the push will continue on a level 21 Silhouette in the front lines. She, oh, by the way, also has 3,600 gold saved up, so well enough gold for a buyback. And this tower is going to drop, and our Hellborn side, Emerald Warden doesn't have a buyback. You do got Pharaoh who buys back right there. So they're going to try to hold this off as much as possible. You see in the meantime, there's a Hellfire on top of the Dimension Shaman. The burst from a Parasite coming out, and Silhouette jumps in with the Death Lotus. Will pick up the kill. However, double tap coming out for Silhouette, in fact. So they're now going to start to drop the melee racks. And Emerald Warden will be up in 10 seconds, so may be able to get up in time to hold them off enough here. And it looks like Silhouette may think about pushing back. No, she's going to hold her ground. They're going to commit to a kill. Nice health potion use right there, actually, giving her a little bit more life. I know Emerald Warden ports in, so obviously they're very aware that she's back up. Glacius may end up falling right here. But minimal casualties, but they're not going to let it go without a fight, but that might have been the wrong case right there. Both Pharaoh and Wretched Hack will go down, or excuse me, that was Parasite and Wretched Hack going down. Silhouette in the meantime jumps in. Of course, that was her illusion, though. But she did snipe out the melee rack, so that's definitely what they're looking for. Still, though, several deaths in the end there. 14-15, but still pretty good.
some unnecessary deaths there at the end, but Flensmeister playing a really good game right now, and he was able to snipe out that melee racks, really man up while all that. And actually, maybe that was best for the team to do what they did, is maybe kind of keep them distracted while she was able to get those racks and then safely poured out to her illusion. She now has 5,200 gold saved up, and I could totally see. Personally, I'd like to see her get a Geometer's Bane. That gives her another opportunity to get out of that tree ultimate. Also, I'd love to see a Shrunken Head, but I'm not, I'm not even going to throw that out there. I just don't even think that she's going to do it. I think it's the better item here. There's so many stuns coming out. I mean, you got the Hellfire from Pharaoh. You got the stuns and silencing shot from, so like say Entangled does get off on, come off from Demented Shaman, so that makes her susceptible then. But if she does get silenced, she can just, Shrunken Head out. She can Shrunken Head out of the tree ultimate. Also, she actually does go for a Whispering Helm. So I actually really like that pickup, and now she's going to go for Great Satanic.
Yeah. Symbol of Rage coming out very quickly here. For Silhouette with all that gold that she has saved up, but you were saying, though, you actually like that choice.
I really like that choice. That is so strong and gives him so much turning potential, and I really like that. Flensmeister kind of
coming through, man.
Coming through, yeah.
I haven't heard too much of this player here before this matchup, but he's definitely had a first game and now the second game having a solid time. So that's a player when you start looking out for him more. But Team 15 again, their backs are against the wall. They're down 1-0 here in the series, so. They right now have the lead here in game number 2, and if it keeps up this way, we will be going to a third and final game. But Team Pikachu definitely has other plans themselves, I'm sure, and this is going to be a start of that once again. They're going to go for Conqueror. Arrow's going to hit an Infora, actually, but of course, that's insult to injury right there. Gets sniped out by I'm guessing, a level 5 Codex. Yeah, level 5 Codex from Parasite, and there goes a Valkyrie Prism. Of course, plenty of Revelations around, though. But they're going to catch it anyway. It looks like they're going to catch Pharaoh, who went the other way from his team. So going to keep him distracted, if anything, but he will fall, and now they're going to turn around right to Kongor and look to drop him here. Of course, it's a 5 versus 3. They're very aware of this, and this will be a free Kongor kill for Team 15. So that hurt Team Pikachu right there pretty big time.
Oh yeah, that is not good, and I don't think that they should have been risking the Kongor fight right there, to be honest. I mean, they're down so much right now, and when you have a level 22 Silhouette, the next highest on your team is 19. That's not good.
Yeah, and we see right here, Emma Warden trying to get away. She already got Bat Blast out, so the Haunt was applied, slowing her down quite a bit right there. Looks like she is going to be fine in the end, but this push is going to happen, and Pharaoh's still down for another 20 seconds here, so they're going to wait for the creep wave most likely. And I guess they're actually going to start falling back. You already have Valkyrie at the top side, so instead not going to look to finish it off just yet. Gonna wait maybe for the next wave of items and then look to finish it off. But Silhouette, I mean, she's got the token out. Of course, she's already finished the Symbol of Rage. I mean, she doesn't really have another item slot. I guess she could replace the Portal Key at this point. It's kind of done its use.
Right.
At the same time, it's still useful, so I guess she's saving up for buyback even.
Just to show or to explain how much into this game Flensmeister is as a player. I see some action actually before I talk about this, and a good snipe kill onto Hack right there, and they did have vision there from TPS Priceless having that ward there, and so I'm assuming that they did have an Info port there, and were able to snipe him out. It's a good kill there. But to explain how into this game Flensmeister is, I don't know how often you talk about tread swapping, but tread swapping is basically where you are casting spells on the appropriate, Steam Boot attribute. So say if you're casting spells, you're going to be casting them on intelligent Steam Boots. If you're taking lots of damage from the enemy heroes, you're going to want to be taking that on strength Steam Boots. And when you're dealing damage, obviously you want to have them on agility if you're an agility hero. But right there, I was watching Flensmeister, and he was Steam Boot swapping on to intelligence, even just for a blink from her portal key. I mean, that just shows how much how focused Flensmeister is into this game, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't really seem like a lot, but those little things definitely add up, especially in the early game. And it just shows you how really into this game Flensmeister is.
Yeah, I mean, you said you're not sure how much we talk. I mean, we definitely don't talk about it enough. I mean, we've mentioned it here and there, but it's a great, and this is a prime example. I mean, you're right. We saw just for simply the portal key. I mean, the wolfing coming right there. He switches it to strength now, back to agility. So
yep,
he is definitely on the ball when it comes to that. In fact, double damage rune tearing up. In the meantime, in the middle lane, it looks like there was a kill happening, but Silhouette just drops the top tower. So split pushing going on right now from Team 15, and life is difficult here. for Team Pikachu, of course. But yeah, my guess is that Parasite just dropped in 4 once again to get that kill. But Silhouette going to sit in the front line again. She has a token of life, so pretty confident she's going to get caught right here. So will she use anything is a question. Doesn't look like it. She's going to let herself die, but the response now incoming, actually. And Silhouette, but she did use a symbol of rage before the death, so yeah, that's actually a pretty big deal. She's going to split up, though, be more than fine. Everyone is still up here for the Legion team, with 3 are dead for the Hellborn side, so I don't think it's going to be enough in the end. In fact, you see right there, Demented Shaman will fall, and now the Rax. GG well played is being called. And the Vote to Concede going to come out. So that will tie up the series, and we are now going to a third and final game, our first third and final game of the tournament here on day number 3. So excited for that. But yeah, Silhouette, a little bit risky there at the end, but it didn't really matter. I mean,
it didn't matter. Yeah, no, she had the token. She had so much farm onto her, and she knew that the team was coming in to support her.
Yeah.
And if she was in trouble. But great play by Funsweiser. I mean, like you saw right there too. We saw the attention to detail with all that tread swapping happening just so much and so quickly, and that's really the mark of a great player. And actually, you see the APM meter, and you know, I hate to judge a person's skill by their APM, but it really does matter. It does make a difference. And while I think that things like tread swapping doesn't actually count for your total APM, I think it's just mouse clicks in this game. I'm not 100% sure on
actually,
that.
yeah.
I think it's just mouse clicks, but it just shows you. You know, I say that so many times, but just how much focus Flensmeister has into this game, and definitely MVP going out to him.
Yeah, so we gave it to Book the first game, but no doubt Flensmeister MVP this time around for Team 15, of course. And again, that means we're going to a third and final game. Very deserving. Are you surprised, Ralph? I mean, we knew going into this series that it was going to be a good one. So we're going to a third game, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited, and I'm a little bit surprised, but I'm glad to be seeing the third game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's exciting, guys. So stay tuned. Of course, we're going to have that third and final game coming up here very shortly. Once again, I was Breaking CBK. Joining me is Ralph Amador. And as always, stay tuned to honcast.com for much more coverage. Game number 3 just around the corner. Sit tight, guys. We'll be right back.